After seeing Geely's sales for 2024, seeing them rise by a staggering number of just under 40%, I was thinking to myself, wow, Geely, they've done incredibly well. They're a real force to be reckoned with. But then I realized that actually the real force here is Geely's electric car sales, which actually grew by 98%. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. I've got to let you know, I have test driven some Geely EVs, Zeekr EVs and Geely EVs. And in particular, the Zeekr electric cars. Obviously, Zeekr is owned by Geely. I think the most technologically advanced in the world, alongside some of the new cars we're seeing, like the Xpeng P7 Plus. They're the most technologically advanced in the world. And that's kind of got to be a bit scary if you're the competition, because if you're the competition, you see a brand growing at 98% year on year that has enormous financial backing behind it. I mean, the primary owner of the Geely Group is incredibly wealthy. And then you realize, well, actually Geely own part of Mercedes. Not sure why, but they do. These guys are doing incredible things. If you have a look at Geely's goals, I mean, they had a record year, but they're planning on selling more than 5 million cars within only a few years' time. And that might sound like a wish, and car companies like Nissan and other companies, Volkswagen Group, say we're going to increase our sales by 1 million and we're going to do this and that, but there's no real pathway for them to do so. And they're not even heading in that direction even remotely. Investors are just totally gullible, just brand fans. And obviously what ends up happening is they're devastated. They're like, well, you told us this would happen. You said this, you said it. But on the other hand, Geely isn't talking about it at all. Geely is saying almost nothing. We didn't know about their goals until they were actually asked by the media. Geely say they're targeting more than 5 million sales by 2027. So what do they sell this year? Well, 2024. Well, Geely sold 2.1 million cars in 2024. They're saying they'll sell 2.71 million in 2025. And in 2027, they're going to sell more than 5 million. Honestly, if you look at their growth trajectory, it seems extremely likely this will actually happen. Now, Geely says that it's going to do a few things to improve its sales. One of them, it's going to consolidate some of its brands. For example, Zeekr is now going to basically own Lynk & Co. Lynk & Co. plug-in hybrids, really good cars. I've seen some of them in China. Absolutely love the design of them. But they're going to be Zeekrs now. So that's consolidation right there. They also say they're going to improve efficiency. Not sure exactly how, but their goal actually represents 79% growth from 2023. That was when Geely Holding Group sold 2.79 million units of passenger cars and commercial vehicles. Now, here's the thing. The sales numbers I shared with you before, the 2.1 million, that's just for China. If you look at Geely's sales worldwide, they actually sold 3 million cars in the first 11 months of 2024. So likely they sold around 3.5 million cars worldwide in 2024. And that actually means they're one of the biggest automakers in the world. And they've leapfrogged several car companies. They've obviously leapfrogged Tesla, they've leapfrogged Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Audi, Volkswagen. They're all basically in the rearview mirror. Now, when I say Volkswagen, I'm referencing the actual brand itself, not the actual group. So really, I think it's fair to say by 2030, it's very likely the two largest car companies, conglomerates in the world, will be BYD and Geely. Now, to achieve their goal, Geely say they're going to target mass market segments. Pickup trucks, electric pickup trucks, they're coming. Electric utes, right? That's a huge market segment. Plug-in hybrids are coming. Zeekr has plug-in hybrids coming. Lynk & Co have them. More EVs, faster electric car charging. Look at the new batteries they've been working on. Now, Geely are also going to do something else, which I think is a really good idea. They're going to deepen their alignment of research and development of key technologies in 7 aspects, including architecture, as in the EV architecture, smart driving and cockpits and batteries among the group, which has made redundant investments with separate R&D teams under each brand. So Geely admitting, yeah, you know what, we have made a mistake. Some of the investments we've made have been a bit of a waste of money because we have all these different brands and they're all doing R&D. If we consolidate them, put them together, they can be more efficient. Some of them are doubling up, basically developing the same thing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't make sense. So they're going to consolidate it and make things more efficient. And I think that's a really good move. The company, which is primarily owned by billionaire Eric Lee, embarked on a series of strategic moves in September to focus on its main business of automaking after expanding into other sectors like satellites, smartphones, and banking in previous years. In November, they announced the merger of Zeekr with sister brand Lynk & Co. Zeekr will actually run that business. And that's the first big major restructuring under the group. I think that was a really good decision. Now, here's the other really, really good decision that Geely I think are making. In December, 53% of all of Geely's sales, 53% were electric. 53%. How long will it be before that's 70, 80%? I mean, look at other car makers. When you hear them like, oh, BMW's hit 12%. Wow, look at that. They're going really fast. Well, Geely hit 53% in December. That's a pretty good indication that they're on the right track when it comes to the powertrains they're selling in their vehicles. For 2024, Geely's total NEV sales, so EVs and plug-in hybrids, were 888,000, showing a 93% increase from the previous year. Now that's a significantly higher number than what Geely actually predicted. So unlike other companies that are predicting these huge sales, and they do, trust me, they predict these big numbers. They say, oh, next year we're going to do 1 million more. Unlike that, Geely are actually beating their sales numbers. With strong sales momentum and a slew of products being developed, Geely set its 2025 sales target at 2.71 million for China, with a NEV target of 1.5 million. In other words, around 60% of all the vehicles they make in China next year will be electrified. This means Geely expects NEV sales to make up a very big percentage of their business even next year. And one of the biggest brands I think that's going to drive this is Zeekr. Zeekr's brand's total deliveries for the year 2024 reached 222,123 units, an 87% increase year over year. Now with Zeekr basically appropriating Lynk & Co., I think that'll help to drive their sales much, much more. Now, the other thing that will do that, Zeekr, in many countries, they only have one car. In a lot of countries worldwide, all there is the Zeekr X, and it's only just gone on sale. Zeekr will have a lot more vehicles like the 7X available in many, many countries around the world. That's going to be a huge sales driver for them as well. In terms of overseas exports, Geely Automobile Group's cumulative sales for 2024 were 404,000. That's growth of 53% year over year. So Car News China says that Geely Galaxy, Geely's NEV mass market brand, will launch 5 new models in 2025, including 2 SUVs and 3 sedans. Additionally, Geely will introduce 2 new generation internal combustion engine models, and Geely has merged the pickup truck Radar brand into Geely Auto Group, further streamlining operations. During the 2025 Shanghai Auto Show, Zeekr will unveil a new plug-in hybrid platform. That model will come out under the Zeekr brand, I believe, in 2025. Global expansion will continue this year as Geely targets 16% growth in the overseas markets in 2025. Pretty low number if you ask me. I think they can go for a lot more than that. Geely plans to establish localized manufacturing plants in Indonesia, Vietnam, Central Asia, and Africa. And some of those will help them to get around tariffs on Chinese-made electric cars. Geely aims for a total of 1,100 new sales outlets globally in 2025. So this is one of the companies I think we should be taking seriously. Rather than talking about, some of these brands in China, which are nice, they're kind of relatively smallish. Probably their chances of success are, let's be honest, they're less. A lot of experts believe that only the big companies will survive over the next 10 years. I think it's worth focusing more on the companies most likely to succeed. And I've mentioned on this channel who they are. I firmly believe Geely is one of those groups. Let me know what you think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments.